What's up YouTube, Jeremy from JJRC Crawlers. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do an unboxing. And I haven't even opened this box yet, so this is going to be a first for both of us, or all of us, I should say. So let's take a look and see what we got on the bench. Yep, it's a box. Straight from China. Well, let me put you guys on the stand and we'll get this thing opened up and see what we have inside. Alright, let's take a look. So I kind of know what this is. I should know what it is. I ordered it, so let's hope it is what I ordered. We had some trouble, some delays because of China and the tariffs. It was held up in LA at the port for some issues. Alright, let's get this flipped around. See what we got in the box. Yeah, Willy's Jeep. Pretty nice. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what we got inside. Get this one out of the box here. Small table. Let's just get it out. There we go. Very nice. I got the one with the extra accessories, so it's got the canvas top. Let's see if I can get in there and show you. Not really. So this one comes with the canvas stop and the winch for an extra $10. I heard that the canvas tops don't smell very good, but I probably won't use it, but the winch I'll probably put on. Get those put aside. Let's get this out. Well, at least they tape it up good. I was kind of like eyeballing this one for a while. $65 for a 110 scale Jeep. You know, it's not the best on the market, but oh, look at that. And got your remote underneath. Locked away nice. Same color as the Jeep. That's pretty cool. And you got a bag with instructions and a battery charger. Take a look. And a screwdriver. Pretty cool. So it kind of gives you all the instructions. Read it in Chinese. There we go. That's pretty cool. See, basic instructions. Little screwdriver. And your battery charger. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this thing charged up with some batteries in it. I figured you guys take a look at it. Leaf spring suspension. That's pretty cool. All plastic. Let's see. I'm gonna guess. Oh, look at that. Peel that up. We'll have to see where the battery is in this. Never mind. I think I found it. There she is. Let's see what we got going on. We got 500 milliamp, 7.4 volt, 2 cell, it's a 2S battery. Won't need too much for that. Got an axe and a shovel on the side. And get that winch mounted up. So yeah, we'll get the batteries charged up in this thing and we'll take it out on the course. This is basically just going to be like won't be a heavy duty used, there's the on off switch right there. Very heavily used RC. This is more for just like a shelf queen kind of display thing. Me being a veteran, I love the old Willy's Jeeps, and just kind of wanted to get something to kind of put on the shelf and just have it there. Every once in a while we'll take it out, but we'll definitely take it out after we get batteries charged up and get some batteries in the remote and go have a little bit of fun with it before she sits up on the shelf and looks pretty. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to take a look. We'll go over some of the specs a little later on. I'll write everything down and get you the model number, get you the link to where I got it. And yeah, took a little bit to get here, but it's here. So yeah, we'll go over all the specs and all that. Just wanted to do an unboxing with you guys right out of the box. You guys seen it just as fast as I did. So yeah, stay tuned and we'll go over all of the specs, get it out on the course and have some fun, and we'll put her on the shelf and make her look pretty. Take it out every once in a great while. So stay tuned and we'll be back. All right, welcome back to the bench. We got a fully charged battery in. And basically, like I said, open the hood and you got a nice little Velcro spot that they put in there for you. Already put the Velcro on the battery. And again, that's a 7.4 volt 50 or 500 milliamp lithium ion battery, not a LiPo, so it's a lithium ion. Their charger's a little bit on the different side with their plugs, but still it's a USB charger, so any USB port will work. So we got a fully charged battery in there. I did go ahead and install the winch. So that was super easy. You just basically take out these 4 screws, 2 on each side, put your winch in, put the 4 screws back in, but longer ones that they supply with the winch. Basically you just run the wiring in. You pop open your little box right here with the on-off switches, and this is where your receiver and ESC is. There's one port open, that's where the winch goes in. You just plug it in, and yeah, she works just great. So we're gonna turn her on, and it's just a simple basic remote. Press and hold the on till, and you're linked. So yeah, that's a pretty cool little Jeep. I'll give you some specs. It's a JJRC C8815 Willy's military Jeep, obviously 10th scale. 2.4 gigahertz remote with LED lights. It's got an optional package. Obviously the winch and the canopy are optional. Your standard package, just the Jeep and the remote, will cost you $65.99. And if you want to get the optional winch and canopy, it's an extra $10, so $75.99. And they also have like a 7-inch action figure on their website if you wanted to pick that up to put in the Jeep. That'll cost you an additional $25.50 if you want to get that, or if you already have one, or if you want to just, you know, go down to your local store and pick up an action figure if you want to put one in. Feel free to do so. But they have one on the website, so if you want to get it as one big package deal, you're looking at just over $102. So I opted for obviously the standard package with the optional winch and canopy, so $76 shipped. Did take a little bit because it did come directly from China. Like I said, it did have a little bit of a hesitation in LA clearing customs for some reason. I think that when I got a hold of them, they basically said they were dealing with the tariffs issue that was going on right now, so they were able to push it through. Did take a little bit longer than normal. I did get this from Best Buy Boxes. I'll leave the link below where you can pick it up from that website. The only thing I did notice is they did not supply a tracking number to me when they shipped it out. So a couple weeks went by and I just emailed them and said, hey, is there any update on this? And super responsive. Like literally got back to me in less than an hour and basically said, hey, it's in the US right now. It's just in customs, and yeah, it should be to you shortly. So that's the only downfall I found with that website. Communication was awesome. They just did not supply a tracking number when they shipped it. A couple more days went by. I kept the eye on the tracking. Then all of a sudden it said it was customs delay. So I emailed them again. Again, super responsive. That's when they told me they're having an issue with the tariffs and that we're going to get hold of their person that deals with that and try and push it through. And next thing, about another 2 to 3 days later, it finally started moving back through the system, and then all of a sudden showed up on my doorstep. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. Like I said, one of those sites that you're not too familiar with, but super responsive when you email them. So I was greatly appreciative of that. So if you decided to buy one off of their website and they'll supply you with a tracking number, just give it a few days. And give them a call back, or give them an email, and they'll send you back an email real quick with the tracking number. So yeah, so basically it has a 17 gram digital servo, 280 motor, again a 7.4 volt 500 milliamp battery. They say the charge time on this is 180 minutes, which is about right when I plugged it in. Run time is about 40 on a full charge. It is four-wheel drive. It does have the link steering, which is pretty cool. So if you turn, get that so you can see it, you turn the steering and your steering wheel will move with it as well. It does have blinkers, front and rear. So when you do turn, blinker comes on. Simulated blackout light. So basically on the remote, you have just basic functions here. Your light control. We'll turn on that light here. Turn it off. You cannot turn off the headlights, or at least I've not found one. There's a little faux button right here, but it doesn't do anything. So I guess these headlights stay on all the time. Your winch. So this says it's the release button, but it's actually the retract. So for some reason these are labeled backwards on here, so just be careful when you do that. But your winch comes out. You know, not a super strong winch, but hey, you know, add to the scale. So yeah, everything works on the remote. Super easy, simple remote. You know, obviously your steering, throttle. Throttle's pretty responsive. Dual rates. If you're looking at this remote, it does look very, very familiar to your Hobby Plus ones. Even right down to the carbon fiber look on the handle. A little bit of differences, but pretty much almost the same remote. You know, obviously you got a lot more functions on your Hobby Plus ones, but again, this is just a super simple remote. You don't need too much of this. Says the top speed on it 6 kilometers an hour. Basically turns out to about 3, almost 4 miles an hour top speed. So yeah, we'll get this out on the course and we'll just take it around real quick. I'm pretty sure it's not going to do anything super, but you know, hey, this is going to be, like I said, it's going to be a shelf queen, a display model. Like I said, being a veteran myself, you know, I love the old Willys Jeeps. I love that kind of stuff. I love the history of what this country's been through in its military, and I just wanted something that I can sit on the shelf and look at, and just, you know, if I want to take it down and drive it, I can. Other than that, I just wanted to have some fun with it and just as a display. So, but we'll get it out and we'll drive it around on the course, have some fun with it before we do shelf queen it. And yeah, so stay tuned for that. We'll get some run footage out there on the course. Again, this is the JJRC C8815 Willy's military Jeep from JJRC overseas in China. You know, suspension wise, like I said yesterday, you have leaf springs. You do have shocks in the corners. Let's see if I can get one here on video. You do have shocks in the corners right here. I'm pretty sure that might be an internal ring or just a friction damp, but your coil springs are there. Tiny servo, a little 280 motor, like I said. Servo's up here. But they do say it is upgradable, and I have seen some people put like 370s in, a 370 motor in it, I believe. So, and I did see one online that had a 50 cal machine gun, so I'm gonna try and look into finding that, because it looks like that'll mount right there. So I'm gonna try and find that 50 cal machine gun and have that on here as well. So yeah, just a couple little things. I'm not going to go upgrading this. This is just going to stay kind of as it is. I'm going to keep the box, obviously. And like I said, it's going to be a display. It's going to be a shelf queen. But yeah, we'll take it out on the course, bounce around with it, have some fun, and then as a display. So stay tuned. We'll get that run footage going. Alright guys, welcome back. We got the Willys out on the course. Let's take her for a ride. We got Captain Steve Rogers there in the driver's seat. Probably one of my favorite scenes when he steals the Jeep from Captain America. Goes off to save Bucky and his friends. But yeah, let's see how she does out on the course. I'm not expecting big things out of it, but let's go have some fun. Whoa, a little bouncy there. Captain Rogers already coming out of his seat. A little high centered. Let's go have some fun. And surprisingly enough, it is pretty responsive for get the tires dirty. I'll just get in some run footage before she becomes a shelf queen. Hey, get in the seat there, buddy. Like I said, not expecting a whole lot out of this thing, but you know, for a good, probably a little trail rig. Not trying to do some super crawling with it, because obviously that's not what it's built for. But hey, that's why we've got RCs, right? We don't want to just stick them on the shelf without using them. So let's get it out and use it. Put some scratches on it, make it look like it's been out in the battles. Whoa. Sure is bouncy though. That's what you get for a leaf spring and some probably internal shocks, if you want to call them that. Little binding there, but no big deal. Like I said, put some scratches on her, have some fun, and then it'll go up on the shelf as a display. Look at that, coming down gatekeeper. I got to Velcro Mr. Rogers in. Gotta figure out where I'm gonna put his shield too. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. Put them in the comments below where I can mount up that shield. I was thinking behind his seat, but there's not a lot of room there. I was able to find the 50 caliber machine gun online. I got that coming in a small ammo box to put in there, give it a little bit more scale look. But yeah, this thing's pretty cool. Like I said, I'm a fan of the World War II era stuff. I worked on the older 5 tons and stuff that was back in that era in the military before they started switching over. The old deuce and a halves. Things are beasts. I mean, on some of this lighter stuff, it's pretty impressive. I'll give it that. Like I said, it's not built as a crawler, but you can have some fun with it. A little trail rig. I think got some binding in it coming in the reverse for some reason. We'll have to figure that out. It's probably just something rubbing. Look at that, it's the shield bouncing around in the passenger seat. Yeah, I just wanted to get it out and get some run footage with it and put some dirt on it, put some scratches on it, make it look like it's been used and through the battles. Let you guys know that this is a pretty fun toy for the money. I like the steering wheel that turns. I got the winch on there. Let's hook up the winch, see what it does. Here. Let's see. I don't know what I'm gonna hook it to, but we'll find something. Let's see. That might work. Look at that. Alright, toasting the motor there, but it'll pull it. That's pretty cool. I'll hold it right in place too. Nice. So yeah, there you go, guys. That's the old Willy's Jeep. Captain America. Sit on the shelf, make it look good right in with all my collection. So, well worth the money. If you guys are into military like I am, definitely check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. And till the next video, guys, you know, as always, please like, subscribe, and comment. And keep crawling. Let's go, Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.